For a lot of traders, Friday is their least favorite day of the week because there is no stock market tomorrow. But what I'll do is I will go back and look through the week, look at some stocks that you requested, and go over some analysis to figure out what the stocks have been doing and what they might do going forward, looking at candlestick sentiment. Let's dive in and check out this free real-life stock review presented by your humble host, Jeremy Alexander Newsome. Let's dive in. Hey, traders from around the world, what's going on? It's your boy Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. We're checking out the SPY today. Got some good things to talk about. Let's see, I got 20 minutes before I'm in class. Okay, I'll do my best to make this review shorter than 20 minutes. I know, I'm a gab monster. Sorry. SPY, beautiful gap today, wonderful retest gap, and it seems to me that we're going to keep trying to slowly grind higher, but with a little bit of dash of sidewaysness in there on the SPY. Here's the 5-minute, and this one was a little bit tough to trade today if you tried to trade it realistically. I mean, it traded down into the 10 here, so you could have gotten long once. And then once this candle came in, you might have shorted, but it would have been a very quick short. Yeah, you would have had to exit for a very small gain. There's your tweezer bottom. So that was the low of the day on SPY. At least it came in with a tweezer bottom. I mean, how else could you have known that SPY was going to bounce? Perfect tweezer bottom. Entry here, stop loss there, and there's all your money on the SPY. So trade sideways, good bounce, slow little grind, and right now it's looking pretty good for the most part. At this particular juncture, just hanging out. A little bit of an update. I will be here Monday and Wednesday of next week, but starting the 4th of April, myself, my fiance Ashley, and 4 of my best friends will be going to Greece and doing a nice little Mediterranean Sea sailboat cruise. So that's going to be happening next week. So I leave for Greece on Thursday. I'll be gone for about a week or so. Just giving you all a little bit of an update. That's where I'll be. Here's the Qs, and the Qs are hanging out. Slow grind. Also looked a little bit bullish. IWM, white candle gapping up was a nice retest gap. You're still a little sideways on the IWM. And then here's the Dow Jones ETF and the Dow Jones ETF. Nice gap, good volume, doing its thing. Let's review the swing trades that the real life traders have out there open, and I'll go look at the day trades that I placed today, and it's pretty much, I'll look at some of the swings and pretty much wrap it up. So we're in bearish on Monster Beverages, MNST, and right now it's not really doing that much. I mean, we were profitable at some point in the day. And this is the one. This is the spot. I mean, this is the key location where it either does this, turns into a double bottom and stops us out, or it just kind of slowly rotates lower. And I don't know which one's going to be. So your moving averages. I mean, the stop is above the 10 EMA on a daily. The weekly chart, you have an inside weak bullish candle. So that's, you know, a little bit on the soft side. Hourly chart. So the stop is above all the moving averages on the hourly. So this is the bullish candle came in the last hour of the day. So if Monster breaks that down, I would imagine that we should continue a little bit lower, but you never know. So that's a bearish play. Here's another bearish trade is Roku, R-O-K-U, and I have 2 drawings in here that I'll find out probably on Monday or Tuesday which one's going to happen on Roku. It probably keeps going up. What we did was when this candle came in on Wednesday, we simply shorted the pullback, which triggered in on Thursday. So now you have a Morningstar reversal, a cute little bullish gap up, and really nothing stopping it between here and here. So if Roku does gap up on Monday and start showing a little bit of strength, we'll probably just get stopped out on the swing trade. Most likely I will exit before April 4th anyway, but we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it's kind of comical. The weekly chart, yes, the weekly chart is bullish, no question, but it's almost too bullish. I mean, look at all of these white candles. Look at this retest gap that's been unfilled. White candle, white candle, white candle, white candle. Just one pullback. That's all we're going to get. One. So we'll see. I'm not saying it's going to go down, but it might. Boeing, we looked at Boeing yesterday in the afternoon swing trading room with that cute little setup right there, just kind of bracket trading. That inside shaved top bearish candle, those inside this bullish high wave candle with increasing volume. That's looking good. The official trade that we're in is Alaska Airlines, ticker symbol ALK, almost getting in at the low of the day. Our entry was 55.36. So here's a 5-minute chart, and couldn't really time that much better. So Alaska, that one's bullish. So you got Monsters bearish, Roku's bearish. We set up a trade on JD.cap, but it hasn't triggered, at least hasn't triggered yet. I'll probably leave that open for 2 or 3 more days, but we set that up on this day right here, which was the 27th of March. There's a lot of real-life traders already in JD.com bullish because, as a lot of you might know, back in February, had the hedging with options program, and this is one of the stocks that I was talking about a lot during that program as a strong bull. That was back here at 23, by the way, a mere $7 ago. And was discussing how bullish it was, buy it, talked about how to get in and protect yourself and all that kind of good stuff. Most likely, I'll have to cancel this exact swing trade. But for those in JD.com, stay in. It looks really good. The other one, so AMD, had a few real-life traders make some good money on AMD today. Keep a very close eye on this one because this is a great gap. In fact, I wanted to buy some $25 calls on AMD, and the low of March 27th was $1.15, I think. So we got 15 cents away from getting triggered into that particular position on AMD. At this precise moment in time, this was a trade that myself and a good buddy of mine, Gustavo, played today. Didn't get in as nicely as I would have liked to on this one, kind of kicking myself, but I did get out at the exact high of the day. Well, this high right here, so I'm pretty happy about that. But here's how we did it. It was obviously a bullish gap and go. Once this hammer came in, I mean, that's my favorite hammer candle. That is perfect in every way. Volume was more than the bearish volume. Got this high wave bearish candle, came in on the 5, and just simply entered above that. I think I might have had a little bit of FOMO because what I should have done is let it trigger above that and then do a limit buy at 25.41 with a stop at 25.21. That would have been 20 cents of risk, and exiting up here at 25.61 would have been a 1-hour trade. So it's all about how you buy it, right? But anyway, only made half an hour on that particular trade. I did get out there. If you're wondering why I got out right there, had 4 white candles in a row on the 5-minute chart. NVIDIA was going down. Micron was going up. The market looked like it was going to pull back, and I was already in another trade, profitable. So I figured, let me go ahead and just exit this one out. In case you're wondering, again, for all those traders who subscribe to the Real Life Trading Rooms, I did post this one before we got in, so you could have at least snagged a little bit of a gain. So here it was, 8:58 a.m., has 8 replies on the chart, and that's it. 25.47 by 25.21. Even looking at it now, this is the 3-minute chart, it doesn't look like a bad setup. I think I could have gotten in like 6 cents cheaper. Oh well. So again, I was doing all the updates on that one, and mentioned right here, that was getting out of AMD and exiting all of that position there. And then at 9:01 a.m. Eastern, set up new trade on PRGS. Look how specific this is. 45.11 by 46.51. Progress Software, one of the easiest fades I've seen in a long time. I got real lucky today, team, with my exits. But you had, this is a blue chip gap that was gapping, a blue chip stock that was gapping up around 20% at open. You had a bunch of white candles in a row, and I should have shorted it, but the first 3-minute candle, I should have shorted it right below there. So entry here, 45.91 with a stop up there. And honestly, even looking at that, I can't figure out why I didn't just set up an entry. I don't think I would have gotten filled maybe, but I don't know why I didn't set up an entry just to get in on that retest of that candle to stop up there. That would have made it a little bit of actually a much better trade. But the one that I set up, obviously again here in Slack, 45.11 by 46.51, really playing that high wave bullish candle with a lot of volume. See all that volume right there? I was saying if that volume candle breaks down, it should be a little bit bearish. Now my target was simply right here, the 10 EMA on the 5-minute chart, because that's the moving average that people buy the dip on when you're doing a retest gap, and that's exactly what happens. So I got real lucky on the exit. I did. So here's the 5-minute chart. So I did place my stop right there at the 10 EMA on the 5-minute. 43.56, the low of the day, 43.52. Holla at your boy. So that was a good trade on Progress Software. Very easy, very simple, gorgeous fade. Textbook. What else was out there? Oh, yes. So last night when we were doing the algo class number 4, right before then I was actually setting up some futures trades. And you guys will like this. So the E-minis, that's the Alaska Airlines swing trade right here that worked out today. But this is the bearish trade. So again, 26 replies. A lot of people looking at these charts. Let's see if I can pick up a quick point or two. And it was a bearish trade. So the reason it was a bearish trade was because of this big giant bullish candle. And it had a big upper shadow, and my thought process was if it breaks below there, it could go down to the 50 and then bounce. So I was going to go bullish, but once the bearish move came in, but I didn't. So that got stopped out. In fact, I'll just go back to the E-minis really quick and kind of show you that progression. Okay, so this was the bearish trade. So let me just hide it really quick. So the bearish trade, you'll see that I got triggered in pretty much on this candle and have my stop loss above this candle, right? So you can see if I go back over to here, right? Stop loss 28, 24, 25. So stop loss was above here, entry was here, and got stopped out for a full R loss on this candle right here, 615 Central. But then when that candle comes in, what do? Big resistance, big breakout, huge white candle, buy the dip, right? Hashtag buy the salsa. So this was me with my accountability saying, all right, let me go. Stopped in on the futures trade, like 6 minutes later. 1 R loss, dumb for me going bearish in this market. Trend was bullish. Now do I play the pullback? So very next post, here it is, 28.24.75 by 28.19.75. That's 5 points of risk on the E-minis, and that was and ended up becoming a killer trade. And then 619 last night. Again, this is Central. I believe at this point we're going to likely open higher and kind of move nicely bullish tomorrow. Be ready for that. So that was kind of my notes again on Slack. Again, really active place Slack is for the real life trading community. But anyway, if I turn the drawing back on, here was the play, and the play was to exit up here. So if I zoom out, let me zoom out just a little bit. So that you'll notice there was a lot of resistance, right? There was resistance right here. There was some resistance right here. And since I had just lost an R, I figured let me take the trade and just do more than an R loss. This was 1.58 R gain on the minis, on the futures. So lost 1 R on the bearish trade, made 1.5 on the bullish trade. The ironic part is I could have set that exact same trade up again a second time, and it would have triggered right here on the pullback when it tweezer bottomed, and it would have worked again for another R.5. I did not do that. Wish I did. Hindsight, right? But anyway, at this point, the E-minis does look good. It looks like a nice little bullish play, and I think the next little buy spot will be down here, maybe around 2831.25. We'll see on Sunday night, though. Big fan of Sunday night trading overall. What else stocks did I have today? Let's go look at Designer Shoe Warehouse. I think my buddy Derek is looking at Designer Shoe Warehouse. So Designer Shoe Warehouse throwing in a nice bullish trapping candle right here. Dividends, I think, came out today. And more or less just looking for Designer Shoe Warehouse to do something, but I have no idea what it is. I don't have any position on this one. Looks a little bit like a double top. You retested the 100 simple from the bottom. The daily time frame, again, evening star reversal pattern. So I'd probably let this trade back down into 20 and then maybe buy the dip, but I don't have any real trade on that one. Restoration Hardware. This got absolutely wrecked today. But if you were at the Benzinga pre-market prep yesterday morning, my analysis on Restoration Hardware is very simple. If it gaps up, fade it down, and if it gaps down, let it trade into 100 and 102 actually, and then buy the dip down there. Why 102? That was the 100 simple moving average on a weekly chart. In fact, that was a 102.21. The low of the day, 102.19. So buying at 102.22, the stop at 101.22 would have been a wonderful play because, again, just a $1 risk like that, getting in here with the stop down here, again, just a $1 stop, really easy to calculate your shares. As crazy as it sounds, that right here, that's a 2R move on Restoration Hardware. Risk $1 to make 2, saucy. I like it. Anyway, so Restoration Hardware, beautiful pull right down to the 100 simple moving average. From here on Monday, it probably does bounce a little bit off of that particular price. And if it doesn't, if it gaps down, let it continue. Next on the list, we got Micron Technology. And Micron, this is one that a lot of real-life traders are in. Shout outs to my good buddy Gustavo. That's the gentleman that I had a coaching session with this morning. He had a put sale on MU and bought that back today. And a lot of traders in this collar on MU with a $46 covered call for April with some protection down here. MU most likely going to trade sideways in between the long terms for a while. Here's the weekly. It's still battling the 100 simple from the bottom, and with that being the case, if it can break out at some point, great, but it'll probably hang out, trade sideways for a while. So if you're in Micron, just do covered calls at a higher price until you get called away. Last two things I'll bring up are the two most recent credit spreads that we've done in the trading room. Facebook, this is an Iron Condor, so I do post all my spreads on TradingView. So here's Facebook. Was up 0.69%, but more or less a pretty small candle. 177.50, 180, 152.50, 150 Iron Condor, 45-cent limit. Again, this is the posting right here that was posted a few days ago. And realistically, I would just like it to trade sideways. So you're above, all these averages down here. That's good. Here's the weekly, and you're below the 100 simple and some other resistances. So we'll see what Facebook does, but I kind of want that to just trade sideways. And then here's Cron. CRON, bear call spread on Cron. Let me come back over here. So this is the posting for the bear call spread. Look at all this green, by the way, folks. I've been on fire. I've had a hot hand recently. hot hand. So CRON, bear call spread. Got into that one yesterday for 11 cents. And as long as Cron stays below 22.50 by April 18th, should be okay on that particular spread. Might buy that one back to close before I leave next Thursday. We'll just kind of have to see how everything looks. Overall, folks, an absolute killer month for March. Almost 25 Rs for me. You can see, let me scroll down to the most recent testimonies. Let's see here. My boy Robert Falco, second best trading month ever, 10.3 Rs. Giving some good shout outs to some amazing people. Blake Anderson, Stephen King, Thomas Wong. Here's Michael Ward in Austin, Texas, 17.1 Rs for March. Gorgeous stuff. Arabia, 14.7. Lee, had 2 Rs positive this month, which is really phenomenal. Richard, 0.4 R gain on the month. Blake Anderson, 2.85. High five, Blake. Well done. John Salvio. So this marks 1 year since I started my paper account before I had no idea what a candlestick was, and it was his first profitable month of his trading career. 1.85, happy with it, making progress. Love seeing that. Incredible stuff. And Seath, just an amazing guy. Happy birthday, Seath, by the way. 15 Rs for the Baldwin family. Donnie and Sharon Baldwin. Amity says down 2 Rs real money, up 4 Rs paper trading. Huge aha moments. And again, that is the goal. That is the point. That is what we were aiming for. And I love that. It's incredible stuff. So team from around the world, thanks so much for tuning in. You are incredible. I got the afternoon room that starts in apparently 90 seconds. Finance Friday. I'll be there. You guys rock. Bye.